Alright. So here's the deal. I hate screws. I hate them. Quite a bit, in fact. Here's where we ended. Last time, I needed to build motors in order to progress into the next part of the next phase, because I'm not going to be able to do anything until I get oil power up and running, because I'm running out of gas very quickly. And so we were working on getting motors put together, so we could start looking at trains and things as well. I had to build, I didn't realize this, throughput of 1,200 screws a minute to go to the top floor of this thing, which is here. This is the nightmarish thing that I had to build the other day in order to get 1,200 screws worth of throughput. I don't like how I built it. I'm not a fan of this, but I spent so much time on it trying to make this whole thing nice that I decided it didn't matter for the screw floor, because that's literally all there is. But everything else is all looking pretty. We have a whole logistics floor down here. It's just a lot of machines. All of this merges and goes up. There's little signs some places to tell you what it is. Bars go up here. These actually split off. This entire row here is bars, but I needed to set it up differently because it was not going to play nice with how we were actually setting it up. So all the inputs and everything should be more or less routed. This is going to be steel when it comes out. We're not bringing in any steel. It's all made on site. All of this is going to run over and fill those up. It's going to run over and fill this. Where this is all basically final checks of the lower floors, because I was staring at this for a long time. All this goes in. This is where the pipes come out, and then over on this other side is where the bars come out. The bars go up into the screws, as well as the fucking stators, and so we have two different elevators for that. We're making all the stators on site, all the rotors on site. I have learned a lesson in that I want to make certain products elsewhere and then probably train them in. Sounds like it's going to be the best way to go, because then I don't have to build massive gigafactories. This was an important lesson, but everything needed for 24 motors a minute is in this area. And it would have been easier if I had used cast screws as my secondary recipe, but I was stupid and wanted to maximize everything off of one iron mine, which also got retooled. Concrete got actually set up, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll go over that here in the next little while. But all of this is using the remainder off the one smelter stack that I built, and so I wanted to just use the rest of it. That happens to be 234 iron a minute. And that leaves 2 left off the other one, because the other one is also being used for encased beams, because we're going to need encased beams if we want to keep building tier 4 stuff. And speaking of that, we should probably go reload them. In any case, power is looking a little scary. We are not out of power, but our maximum capacity is over what we are currently able to produce. I'm not too worried about it, because we're going to be taking a bunch of stuff down at some point. And here in the next little bit, assuming motors actually end up working, we are going to end up with petroleum. We're going to switch to oil. Speaking of that, I need to go double check the rubber and make sure it's still cooking. I got in the wrong one on that. That's fine. We can go around this way. This massive generator that I was so proud of is not quite powerful enough anymore. What a landing. Look at that. Okay, yeah, these are basically full. Flush that. Flush that. Flush this. Flush this. Tight. Okay, and we should have... Has that not been making any rubber? Oh, no, it's landing in here. Ha 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 ha, stupid. We got a shitload of rubber. Let's go. That is very helpful. Or it will be, I assume. I like to have those cooking and ready. We also need to go pick up the quick wire that we were making. Just do some basic maintenance before we get fully back into finishing motors. Because once motors are done, like, it's game on, you know? This is my map crosser cannon from power. You can see the little iron base out there, and then our Caterium rat tail right there. That's what I built for it. It literally is just making quick wires for when we need them later. Anyway, next part. That seems broken. What's wrong with that? Okay. Alright. So this whole thing should be good to go. It's all connected and what have you. I need to run power through the whole bitch, which is going to be scary. I think a lot of the machines that I'm worried about is actually this stack here. Is all this wired up? Yeah, that's all wired up. We can build that floor out back there. Nothing is powered on the bottom floor or on the logistic floor, so we should be okay for that. Just double check it. Okay, all that's good. This row's good. We're getting close to being able to turn this bitch on, and I'm excited to see it because I need it to work. Okay, all of these are connected. All of that's connected where it should be. Excellent. Okay, so now, oh wait, no, there are a couple that are like this one. This is why we're checking. The rest of these are good. Yeah, the rest of those are fine. And all of these are good as well. Sick. Alright, so we just need to wire up screws. And then once screws are wired up, we'll be that much closer. And then all we need to build is another 22 assemblers. And then another 5 assemblers, and then that's all of our motors. We're getting close. This will be the most monumental thing I have ever built in a game. And more specifically, the most monumental thing that I have built alone without aid of like a guide or like inspiration or anything like that. I looked up basic like factory planning principles and tips and things because I feel like I was getting stuff wrong with this, but no, it really does just need to be this big. And I could have made it bigger if I had brought more iron in, but the other part of the problem is the actual belt speed. Yeah, belt speed is the other problem, because when I started planning for this, I did not have tier 4 belts, and so that had an impact on what I was able to prepare for. But in any case, it's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. And that's on the wrong thing. Give me that. You go to Shmam. But yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything necessarily too inefficient. I have moved from spaghetti building and what have you to trying to set stuff up like this. I feel like this run has gone a lot better for me than the first run did. I still need to go through and show a tour of my initial garbage attempt at this game, but I have as many hours in this run as I did in the other run, and I am significantly further ahead than I was last time, meaning I did not even get out of phase 2. Yeah, I didn't make it out of phase 2 the last time I did this. So it was a big oof. This one's going, like I said, though, a lot better. I'm having a lot more fun. Not only is it a lot more fun, there's much more of an itch to play it, much more of a drive. I just hated building all of the screws and more the realization that I needed to make 1,200 screws a minute, and I really didn't want to do that. And then I realized it could have been easier with cast screws, but I didn't do that because I gave it too little resources to be able to calculate, even though I have access to all the more resources. It kind of killed me for a couple of days, and so I stopped playing for a little bit. But we're back, and I'm resolved to complete this because it literally is just hooking up power like I am right now, and then turning it on. Because like, it's ready, you know. We just need to get it fully hooked, like literally once it's plugged into the power tower. I said literally too many times, alright, I apologize. Once it's into the power tower and once it's got its current, like this is all ready to go. And presuming that it's all connected correctly, it should just work. I've been obsessing over it, and so I would hope that it does, but we're gonna find out together as friends. Okay, where am I running power up for this floor here? I don't think I have anything yet set up. No, because this is the first floor with power, so this didn't get a hookup yet. So let's go out to this wall. No, that's stupid. We'll go to there. And we'll put it right here. Alright. And then we need to grab one from here, put it right there. And the really, really garbage part about this, that's not going to work because of the thing in the way. The really garbage part about this whole thing is that none of it's blueprinted. So when I inevitably have to build something like this again later, I will be somewhat unable to. Here, we can go to this side right here. And then we can connect it right. Shma. And then we can connect this to right. Shma. Okay, so now once it's connected, it'll just turn on. Yeah, and all of this is bespoke. And like, granted, it's nothing too complicated, but I was looking at it earlier and I realized like, oh, hey, yeah, I totally could have fit this entire assembler setup into a 4x4 blueprint. I could have fit 4 of these things on there. You know, with 1 line in, or a 2 line in, 2 line out, and then just switch the belt directions depending on what was actually happening. But we'll have to get back around to that. I just have to remember to eventually convert that to a blueprint. Okay, next floor. So these will run up. The screws are going to be on this end. We need 12, so we might as well write that into 6. Or 3 rows of 4. And then the iron rods. Yeah, so let's do 3 rows of 4 into the assemblers. Let's see. Alright, we need... How do we want to set this up? Because the screws are going to be coming from the middle. I should probably belt those up, actually, just so we can get a look-see here. So that needs to be a tier 4 belt. Because that is a hefty boy for the screws. Middle one also needs to be a tier 4 belt. And that one... be a tier 3 belt. And let's just remember. Okay. So, each one of these is going to feed 4 assemblers. So we probably want to start that out here. Each one of these things takes up 2 foundations, right? More or less. Yeah, 2 foundations. I can slide it back this way. This is why we check the blueprint, kids. 2 foundations basically exactly. And I can slide it up to the front there and then have that be off the back a little bit. So we could do 1, 2, 3, and 4. I need 2 floors of these, huh? I think I am gonna need to start it here. We could have the first one there, right? Have this jump out to... So we're really gonna have to push our space on this, so... this will be our determiner. Oh, I'm still missing a whole row? Okay, wait. Hold on. Zoop. Boop. Alright. That gives us a tiny bit more room to work with, which is good. Go to 8, and then we can put it right here. Yeah, because that'll determine the outbound boundary for this. And then an assembler. Yeah, we can shove it right there. And that's aligned, and it's the output. And it's as far over as it can be. Okay, so 1, and then you are going to be rotors. 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can fit it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is all the rods are being used for up here, right? Yeah. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I mean, we could just do the one big row. That's not necessarily a bad idea, which let's take a look-see here, because I'm pretty sure the top one that's coming up there, so this inside one is going to be the bars. That might not work. I might need to change the output on there. Because it'd be more convenient if it was this one. Let's just build another 10 of these. We'll have plenty of room for belt shenanigans on the outside of this. On the inside, rather, I should say. That lined up. Yeah. Alright. Doop doop. Okay, and that's how the other one is lined up. Okay, and then you instead are going to be making stators. And I need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So let's see here. This might be easier to raise it first. Give me that. And we'll do this and raise it up a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing with this and we'll move it all the way to the top. Lends itself a bit of panache. We'll do this one to here. Is that clipping? No, just barely. Okay. And then we'll run this one out to here. That is silly. I'm not gonna do that. We are gonna raise it, but only a little bit. This can swing out and over. Why do you do this? Why is it going up? Does it want it there? It does. Okay. Then, yeah, that'll be fine for getting it around to the other stuff. And then this is going to come out to here. I hate when it does that. Damn. Yeah, but I really want it there. Oh, I can't though because there's a second input, idiot. Alright, that's gonna be screws. So this will just be... Doing that up a level will be beneficial because it gives me the room that I need to work with here. This is just steel pipes and wires, so that should be easy. That's steel pipe and wire, and then this is the remainder iron bars coming over, and then the screws on that side quite literally just feed this. So these are 3 lines of... No. Hold on. So 2 lines of 480. I had notes about this. Where did they go? Each line of 480 feeds 4 rotor assemblers. See, but here's the problem. They're not all 480. It's 2 480s plus a max belt of 3. I didn't mean to click that. It's 480 times 2, so 960 plus 210 or 270. How much does this fucking belt carry? What have I done? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 of those. Each one of these is making 40 a minute. Is 480, so that's 2 lines of 480 plus this. How many is this? 6? Should have just done 2 of 15. 40 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Times, oh, that's where it is. 240 plus the 960 is 1200. Okay. So, that's the problem. This is a belt of 240. Did I get the cool little... No. But that's fine. This is 240. Eh. Stupid. Why did I do that? 240. Screws. Close. Okay. So it's supposed to be. So now, each one of these needs how many? 100 a minute, so we can do 2, 3, 4 basically. This is what each one of those lines, and then plug in the next one. No. Basically, yeah, I mean, that's not too wrong. Basically, every 5 will plug in another line. So it'll go... something like this. Alright, so with each one of these, let's put on the splitters just to make sure they're all accounted for. So that'll be 2. I don't like the way that that is, but boogie. Or need more room to play with down here anyway. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because each one of those. This I will look up. Three to 3 balancer. Overflow to sync. What a stupid fucking answer. Well, why don't you just take the extras if it's faster than belt speed and overflow to sync? Well, because I need all of them. Dumbass, what are you talking about? Okay, so I don't know if a 3-way splitter is going to be the right way to do this. I mean, ultimately, I could just convert this to... We just do all the belts as tier 4 belts, and then it doesn't matter where I feed it. Right? Because if I need to, so each one of these, if this is going to be the 240 line, this needs to merge basically immediately. I will need to balance it first. Fuck. Okay, hold on. 3 to 3 balancer. I don't care about that. No, I need a 1-3, you dipshit. Or a 3-3. But it's not. That's the... Okay, so you know what? We're just gonna... I mean, I guess we could let it fill up first. So that'll be 1 and 2. That can handle at least those 2 inputs. So it needs to go on here. Because it's not going to be able to fill a third. So this one will plug in right here. And then that'll feed another, because that's 480 plus 40 is going to be another 520 is what it's going to be at. Because that's leaving 40 where that's... No, it's coming out as 240 that can feed 2. Yeah, so plus 4, so a total of 520. It's going to clog the belt a little bit, but we can have it as a buffer because I'm not balancing. So I can feed 5, basically. So after the 5th one. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll throw on another merger here. Okay, alright, Crystal just got back. Give me a moment, and I will return. God damn it. T. Alright, have a look at the beautiful view. It's also puppy dinner time.
Puppy dinner time?
Puppy dinner time.
Puppy dinner time! I maybe left it on the windowsill because I was frustrated this morning when I poured it into the water. Looks like a community.
They're pretty big. That's me. So
Look like houses.
yeah, they're large
Building
machines.
A very good neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Good schools, people like it. You know, something like that. Yeah. All right, so then that'll plug into this one. Ha! Okay, I see. I knew we were gonna run out of beams.
That bed was so heavy. I had no traction. It took me forever. This video is sped up 4 times.
It's a big bed. Damn, look at all that concrete we're shoving in here. Damn, look at this. It's working like it should. Look at how fast it's refilling.
It is very fast.
This is that encased concrete bullshit I was talking about the other day. Excellent. While we're down here, we might as well go finish the phase stuff. So we can start sinking them. This is all still moving because I'm shoving all of the modular frames into this thing. Because I don't care about them, and I'm not using them to manually build anything anymore. Okay, so we've got enough. The rest of these are getting skanked. Bam. Followed by another boom. Hey, look at that, 11 coupons. This is great. Oh, this is about to, hold on, I want to see how much this goes up by. It's huge. Massive numbers. Yeah, 100,000 points a minute, alright. Bet. Let that build. We can complete the first part of the phase. We don't even have the other part yet. You know how it goes. Because I do not have the ability to make them. Man, look at all of them. This should be a decent amount of points. Let's go see if there's anything we want to buy. Literally, this is such a garbage setup, and it doesn't even make anything except those encased frames. That's it. Those mod frames, that's all. We have evolved already and are building in massive groups of things. Can I just make the motors? No, I cannot. I have the rotors, but I do not have the stators, and they take a minute to handcraft, so we're not going to do that. I don't even know why I'm looking here. That's the wrong place. I need my... that rubber is no longer valid, so we can actually get rid of that. So we have more than enough. Hey, we have 36 motors in here. I guess we could go look around for some more, maybe, but... We're gonna have to move all this stuff, because this has obviously got a belt running through it now. Organization. I want more organization stuff. Billboard would not be a bad idea, I don't think. I don't care about lighting and stuff quite yet. Walls management. I do have the throughput monitor. Where? Okay, whatever. Don't care about those things yet. The pipeline wall attachments probably isn't a bad idea, so that's 2. Should we just buy all this? 2, yeah, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10. Number patterns could be cool. Oh, no, let's do the personnel elevator. That might be pretty neato. Beams might not be a bad idea, though, either, because I've been wanting to build more custom stuff. That leaves us with 2 tickets, which I think gives us actually 4 tickets, because I think that there are... Nope, never mind. There were a couple in here, but not anymore. I had them in my inventory. Okay. We're also going to need more concrete. Let's go grab some more concrete. So then, just so you can see where it's going, 234 iron is going up there, and I don't know why I didn't just retool it with the new numbers before I put the whole thing together, because I could have used more than that. But it is what it is. It's too late. We're still going to be making 100 of them inside of 5 minutes consistently. I need the concrete first. Where am I going? Which should be enough for our purposes at this point, it feels like, based on how many of them that I need. It's not going to take long to get a large number of motors, and then we can sink the rest once it fills up. Because if it's going to be making 24 per, then that gives us some room to cycle things, which I think will be useful for us. We'll take 2 of those. Actually, we'll take like 3 or 4 because we're using a ton of concrete right now. Got a bunch of encased beams, a bunch of plastic I don't need, and then pipes and stuff obviously too, which we're not doing pipeline work yet, but we will be shortly. Because power is going to be getting an upgrade with fuel-powered generators. We are going to have more than enough rubber and more than enough Caterium wire. We just need motors. We have all of the encased beams. We have all of the pipes we're going to need. We can make at least 10 of them to start, and that's not even... That's just with what we're going to have on us. Because this is also rolled sheeting, and we have a full crate of that too. So we're looking pretty tight in terms of how quickly oil is going to go up. We just have to get oil up. And yes, I do have those extra motors. I don't want to squander them on building just a couple right now. I'd rather do the thing whole hog and get it knocked out all at the same time. That makes more sense to me. So this is going to run out, and we're going to put it right there. And then that will connect into there. Okay, and then that'll feed the rest. In theory. Hopefully. Sorry, Siri. I'm not Minetta, don't stutter. Alright, and then we're using tier 4 belts all the way down the rest of this thing, and then we'll put this right... Schmeh. And then... That's running the wrong way. Why is it doing that? That's just extremely rude of you. Just plug it right in. What is happening right now? Stop it. Is this going the wrong way? No, that's going the right way. Alright, run this down. Plug it into there. Grab a merger. Set it right there. Another tier 4 belt, throw it in there. Okay, cool. Done. Now we hook this stuff up. Splitter time. Might as well build everything out of tier 4 belts, because it's not like we're hurting for encased beams anytime soon. Again, all that stuff is also... Building to target is nice, because I don't have to worry about whether or not I have the materials. It just makes that. It just does it. So, as long as I need, or as long as I want to have 20... What is it? What did I make? 20 of those a minute? Yeah, as long as I want 20 of them a minute, then we're good to go. And then I can just throw that whole assembly down again somewhere else with more limestone, because that's just coming off of one node. That's a lie. We're importing like 60 of it from a different node, but nothing too complicated. Okay, better idea. We're not doing this because this looks stupid and I hate it with how clean the rest of the downstairs was. So we're going to get rid of this and this and this and that and that. And we're going to get rid of all of it. It's going away. Goodbye. Tier 3 lift. This is the one that's going to go up top. That is too high. That's 3 high. Nice. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Pretty sure these are only moving at 144, and then the wire is at 384. So tier 4 belts it is. So I cannot be bothered to do that differently. Okay. And then we swing this down the row. I don't like that. We can make it cleaner. Hold on. this go to here, right? No, it's too tall. And then... Must you look like that? There we go. That's better. And then boop. And a boop. I mean, they might as well be tier 4s, right? The rest of them are. That would have been a disappointing discovery. Okay. Zoom, baby. Zoom. So, now we need more splitters. Ah. Gonna make me do this. Gonna make me do it. What is it running into? Oh, it's the front pole. Whatever, I don't care about that. You're only here to line up splitters. You know, then like you're gonna stay here too, but like this is not a permanent arrangement. Okay. Okay. That's all connected. And then we do the same thing basically on the other side. And that's still awkward, but ultimately the rear trickle from over there will come in and fill up the rest of the missing. We're so close though. There's only 5 more assemblers after this. And it's just 2 lines of output. How are we gonna do this though? Because ultimately this is not gonna be putting out a ton of material. It's only 48 each for each of these lines, which is like nothing. Run it out this way, maybe? Yeah. You're gonna have it meet right here. So it should be, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, center, 1, 2, 3, 4, center. Yeah, so this is the center wall right here. And I boned this last time, but with the inputs on the screws, they're one off. And so I threw the whole floor off by a full foundation, and I was really annoyed, but I'd already built it, and that's why I stopped playing for like 2 days, because I was like, I'm not gonna redo that again. This is garbage, and I hate it. I hate screws. I see why everybody says get rid of screws out of your production line as soon as possible. Yeah, I get it. I wish I could. 1,200 screws of throughput is stupid. At least with no overclocking, it gets kind of stupid. Ow. I'm in the wrong spot. Fuck you. Honestly, it might be fun to do this as a split tier back down the middle of this thing. No. Well, actually, yeah, that could work. Because if I just ran them back up and over the middle, I could logistic floor it so that there's 2 on each side and then 1 up in the middle. And then each of those outputs snakes out and up to fill into a box. That might redeem my colossal failures here. We'll see. This actually needs to go away because that needs to be back like here. Alright. Okay. Now to hook up the other side. So let's do... Does this work on just a right side curve, or is that too sharp? That's not too sharp. Okay. Problem is it's trying to get in on literally everything here. No, see, right, that doesn't work because of the fact that I need the big boys. These guys. These are all going to be tier 4, so it just makes it easier. I guess we can feed it the opposite direction. We'll do the other one high. You will feed into that same line. That's where we want this. We want the lift here. Yeah. So then that'll be in line with that, and then everything will be all nice and prettified. Oh my god, we're missing encased beams again. I guess I need to go grab, like, a whole bunch of those. Six, 7, 8, 9. It costs a lot of inventory space to carry that much. Jesus. This is stalling because that line isn't currently doing anything, but it's about to be. How did that end up misaligned? Did these end up misaligned? No, just that one stupid one. Speaking of iron beams, I'm almost out of those too, except there is... Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? There are a bunch of them just up the hill from me at the moment. Okay. Those are hooked, and then... One of these needs to be, because this is stators, right? Let's just make sure that this is stators. Yep. This one needs to be 60%. Okay. Alright. In theory, everything to this point is locked and loaded and ready to go. I'm sure we're going to find an issue, but as of right now... fucking mean. Alright, now we just gotta hook this thing up to power. Bet you that's how I got it off last time. Sick. Okay. This thing is going to require an entire power plant on its own. Hey, baby. What do you want to do for dinner? On our last night of vacation. Okay. What do you want to do? Alright. No. That's what my grandparents did for dinner. You don't like fish. Steep delivery, but I'm always... This building scares me. I'm gonna turn it on and my power grid's going to fucking explode. Indian, you say? Curry's okay, but I would take sushi over curry. Am I just on par with the level of the power lines now? Is that what this is? It is. Wow. Fancy, and we're going higher than that, too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we just need to route the outputs for this floor, and we will be on the last 5 machines required in order to finally get these fuck-ass motors out of the way. And I'm missing my steel beams. Ugh, see, this is the thing, is like, this is where we're pushing up to the very end of our resources. This was the breakthrough point for me. Either I made motors, or I didn't progress. That's 6 whole coupons. I got a ton more points now that we're actually, like, cycling that stuff. 2, 3... I grabbed probably too many encased beams. Likely many too many encased beams. I probably want to stop sinking those for a minute because we might need them for something. Let's go check the rubber. Rubber. Flying. Oh, hello, Panda. Welcome. That's anything before or after the machine. That's good to know. Just take the crude oil. No. Well, let me just have it, which sucks, but that's okay. As long as this isn't spitting out too much residue, which it's not, because we can just keep dumping it into these fluid buffers. And getting rid of the residue, because there's nothing we can do with it right now, if anything. And we just keep making rubber. Okay, from where? I'd do McDonald's over Culver's. Yeah. It's McDonald's. A slightly lower powered launch. What is that? Limestone nodes. Are you particularly feeling Jack in the Box? For burgers? Oh. Okay, I'd be down for wings. Brown sugar and heat, you say? Okay. Here. Oh, the puppy has her bone. That's what it is. Happy puppy. Hey, fans, knock it off. Quit making weird little noises. From where? Ooh, that could be good. I don't know if I've ever had that. A grilled cheese sandwich place, it sounds like. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On to the final floor. After these, and I'm not going to build 5, I'm going to build 4 and overclock one of them by 80 to 180% because that makes more sense and it's going to look nicer. After these 4 assemblers are built, my nightmare ends. And I will have 24 motors a minute with which to begin building all sorts of heinous scientific bullshit. And for that, I cannot wait. I'll slide them out. To like there. We get this literal entire floor. What did you go with? Here you go. I'll do a giddy up, burnt ends. I just got a fries. Yeah. That's okay. Just keeping it easy. All of this for 4 buildings. Oh yeah, this was the problem last time. God damn it. I did it again. What the fuck? What? Okay. You calm the fuck down. I think everybody else is probably fine. Okay.
Did I hit? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bobby. I didn't realize you were right behind me. Okay.
Well, that's where she lives. Sounds like a skill issue on her part. Okay. Okay. So that'll be 9, 5, 10, 15. That's... Basil, stop. 15 plus another 9 is going to be 24, which is what we are clocked for per minute. Ladies and gentlemen, the build is, in theory, complete. Now to turn it on and see if it completely fucks me power-wise. funny if it does. I think that's everything, though. That's belts connected. One final run through before we hit the switch. That's connected. All these are set for motors. This top floor is the only thing that it does. This entire building just makes motors. These are all hooked up. These are all wired. That is the connection that needs to be wired up to the top. Life is hard when you're a big puppy who has everything taken care of for her. This only needs rods, that only needs rods. This is all fine. It's just straight up 30 constructors for screws. Just, I should have done 2 rows of 15, but, you know, lesson learned. These all drop back. They all have power. That's all the steel. This is all the constructors for the on-site parts. That all connects via wires down here at the end. All that stuff has power and looks connected and is all good. You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to turn it on and then we'll run through and see if anything is broken. Don't blow out my power. Ooh boy. Alright, we're pushing it a little close. But if power goes out, we'll know, so... Things are starting to move. Steel is starting to get distributed. Cables are being made. Pipes are going up. These constructors are all good. What's wrong with you? No power. See, this is why we turn stuff on. Okay, you're up and going. All that's fine. Why aren't you going? Okay, you just don't have enough steel yet. That's fine. Everything is going to take a minute to spin up. It should theoretically be green across everything once it's all going. This stuff's all good. It all has power at the very least. And these, which await their materials. There was one. There's another. It's a stator. Stator's clearly got up and running faster than the motors did. That's fine. Just gonna wait for one of these to start making something. Or are they all short? Whatever. This is why there's a buffer. Let's see if anything has happened up top. Nothing yet. I need a rotor to show up. There we go. Now they're starting to roll. Very slowly, as rods seem to be the hang-up. Why are rods the hang-up here? Man, look at this. It's all filling up. The amount of industry that this curve alone represents. Yeah, that's all fully stocked. This is where it's going slow. There they are. They're just, yeah, definitely taking a minute to get going. Guessing that's just the buffer period taking effect. I hate this. There don't need to be 3 of them. Yep, there it is. I was wondering, as more and more of them came online, how long that was going to take. Alright, let's disconnect this steel plant. Damn. Okay, we're gonna have to disconnect some more than that. I think we gotta pull basically everything at main. And we can get rid of that too. And then we're going to build so much power that it will be impossible to run out, because I just hit my power cap as soon as I plugged that thing in. It almost doubled the amount of power I'm consuming. Fucking disgusting. Alright, so we're gonna unplug this, because I don't need the fix-it points. Production is taking 1800. Okay, so this needs to be unplugged as well. Just for now. This can be unplugged as well. There's got to be a central thing that I'm doing with this, right? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, getting closer. Let's disconnect this one. Luckily, I'm not... I semi-planned for this. I'm not actually using this node for anything at the moment, so I don't actually need it to have power. I'd planned somewhat for it, I should say. Okay, and now we just need to wait for some motors to build, and then we'll be able to... Yeah, because we're in the big leagues now. Like, I thought I had a lot of power with 2 gigawatts of power, basically, but I do not have a lot of power. That's like nothing. It's all because of this thing. Two. Nice. What a start. Hey, there's another one. Let's go. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so maybe they're starting to move now. Okay. Let's go see what it's gonna take to get oil up and running. It's not like we're doing anything besides sinking main base stuff anyway, so that is definitely gonna be the next dealio. Logistics, power, fuel generator, 15 motor, 50 caterium. Consumes fuel to generate electricity. Does it just need fuel? Is that it? Yeah, let's go grab the materials that we need, because that is definitely project number the next one. This needs to have constant power. So this is how we get back home. Alright, let's go grab the Caterium, because that's going to be an easy grab, and then we can just immediately launch to power plant, and that's where our oil patch is. Sick. Grab 1500 quick wire, that should be enough, I would hope. Technically that doesn't need to be hooked up either. It's not doing anything besides this, and that is even now obsolete. Let's get over to the fuel depot. Of course it's disconnected. I need my little baby hyper cannons to be powered up at all times so that I can actually make it around the map in a reasonable period of time. We're going to keep the stream pretty short tonight, I think, because motors was the only thing I wanted to set up. We'll start planning for oil tomorrow while I'm at work, and then tomorrow's stream will probably be setting up oil. When food gets here, though, I'm probably going to get off and just hang out with Crystal and watch if she is amenable to that. Man, I thought this was a lot of power. I thought I was really clever. How wrong we were, chat. How wrong we were. Thinking I'm not going to need to upgrade from 2 gigawatts in forever, and then at my current level of industry. It's doable, don't get me wrong, but I only have the one oil pump, like the one oil node right here. And it also is basically the only thing I'm allowed to make for the next little bit. That's fine, because I need a ton of it. Hey, that's more oil. I didn't even realize. That's more normal oil. This is all probably all normal oil. Oh, it's a pure node. Okay, I don't know why I didn't check this before. Okay. So this is great. This is fantastic. This gives us something good to work off of here. Let's see what it takes to build. I need my rubber. What it takes to build or power one of these things. Just kidding. I need the motors. Grab a couple of stacks of rubber, sort this. We'll see what it takes, and then I'm going to probably call stream there, because that'll put us at about 2 hours. Whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh. Okay, for the additional motors, let's see if this has actually built any appreciable amount. I really need to go check out more of this area, I think. And over there, because that's the other starter base. Or one of them. I recognized it when I went over there last time, which, as you can see on... Not the map, because I'm gonna die if I pull that up. Look at that, 20 motors. Let's go. As you can see from when I went over there. But... Let's figure this out. I'm gonna tear this bitch down someday. Whole thing's going away, bye-bye. Because if there's no byproduct, we're in Venice. Do you just put oil in and power comes out? Is that how this works? It sure looks like it. There's not an output, so I assume that it's just... Okay, let's see here. Fuel-powered generators. Oh no. It needs to be actual fuel, like turbo fuel or regular fuel. Okay, that throws things off. I thought I just plugged oil directly into it. This is not good. Okay, let's take a look at refineries, because we can build refineries now. Residual fuel, biofuel. How do we make turbo fuel? Residual fuel is just made of heavy oil residue. Okay. So, I mean, we could use that in conjunction with a rubber setup or something similar. Is there not a turbo fuel? I thought there was a turbo fuel recipe.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fix-It initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it. Power Pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the Power Pole Mark I. Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Interesting.
Research
we could go
completed.
straight to
AI limiter
geothermal?
recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
I'm kind of scared of these things, but... Turbo fuel. I see. Okay. In that case, I'm going to worry about this next time. Short stream today, but this is going to be a whole bitch. Yeah, tomorrow, Emperor problem, because I need not only a hard drive, which shouldn't be too hard to get in and of itself, but I also need 50 packaged fuel, which means that... Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do, because I can build refineries now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this refinery... I'm gonna go set it up near oil, and I'm gonna have it start making... Yeah. I'm gonna start having it make fuel, and then I'm gonna plug that fuel into a fuel packager, so that way we have our 50 fuel that we need to research turbo fuel, and then I'm gonna make a monster turbo fuel factory, like a straight up, like 10 gigawatt turbo fuel factory. It's gonna be insane. And we're gonna put it right here. This whole lake is going to be our power generation area, because this is like right smack dab in the middle of everything, at least as far as where we're at now. And it feels like it's going to make a disgusting amount of fuel should I decide to do it that way. So let's do this. We're going to take a refinery. We're going to slap this bitch down right here. I need a pipe. I'm going to put it right there. This is going to make just residual fuel. I don't like the way that this is going already because I'm adding more power connections to things. I do not have a ton of extra power to spare, but right now my main concern is getting to turbo fuel so we can make turbo fuel, because I feel like that's going to be far more effective than doing it a different way. Alright, so this is making now... making fuel. Okay, so then we just want an industrial fuel buffer. Fluid buffer to go right schman. Plug into this, and then we need a packager. This packager can line up right here. Why does it look like that? What? Ugh. I can feed into another one of these bastards. Why does it look like that, though? That's annoying. Oh, it's just making packaged fuel, so this just has to come out the belt. Come out of a belt. Organization to industrial storage. And then it needs empty canisters. Oh my god, this is annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna... Oh, wait. It's fine. I'm not crashing out just yet. This is able to pull over to here. This is actively making fuel. That's fine. And that's how we can get rid of residue. And then this is going into this fluid buffer, which is then going into here, except it's not pulling anything because of its weird ass configuration that I do not like. Okay, hold up. Get rid of these. Let's make another packager. We're gonna flip it and put it right next to this sumbitch. I'm gonna get rid of that. It might be that it just doesn't have enough to start pumping. But we can go grab the empty canisters because we can just buy those with tickets. We'll shove them all in there, and then eventually, in theory, we'll have enough packaged fuel to... Every time I say in theory, she thinks I'm saying, hey Siri. Nothing, huh? Fuck off. Both of those impure nodes over there, that doesn't help me. Yep, that'll be fine. 100 empty canisters to get us started. Oh, that. That still ended up working out pretty well. What do Mark II power lines cost? Caterium wire? Let there be foods! And what perfect timing as I am about to throw these things in here so that they can start doing their job. We'll be cutting stream off here in a second, chat. I will finish doing my little setup dealio that I'm working on here. And then we'll call it good. We'll be back tomorrow. I do go back to work for the first time in 2 weeks tomorrow, and so it'll be a bit strange, but ultimately it's fine. Because why wouldn't I want to go back to work? Work is great. Work is so much fun. Ultimately, it is still filling with more fuel than anything else, so we'll allow this to continue making rubber at the insane pace that it is. And we'll be back tomorrow with more of this. Saved there. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Like the man used to say, we love you and stuff. Like I